The E-Racing Series Xfinity cars are on the air. After last week's battle at Iowa, we bring it to the American Center of Speed, Daytona International Speedway, for the duel at Daytona. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, joined with me by my partner in crime, who's actually down on the track right now, Rick Raven. Rick, how you doing tonight?
Well, right now I'm feeling pretty darn good about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing this. My first time ever in a stock car in iRacing, and I'm loving it. The practice session, if the race is going to be anything like the practice session, the fans are in for one hell of a show tonight.
Absolutely. Pack racing at Daytona at night, and much like last night, they're gangbanging the qualifying again. Qualifying underway right now. It's about 4 minutes left. Wesley Speech sitting atop the board. Francois Pelletier sitting second quick. Max Newworth third. David Bigger and Brent Kuhl rounding out your top five currently. And it looks like somebody's already hand grenaded one going through 1 and 2. And my broadcast partner currently sitting 17th quick. 19 cars have taken time so far. There's the session's still filling up. Holy cow. A lot of cars showing up for this one tonight. And Rick, what you're probably going to want to do is those cars behind you, you're going to want to let them catch you and use them to pull yourself around, bud.
That's what I'm going to do. Hope I don't lose the draft. I just caught the 62 and the 93. So let's see what this turns out to be.
Well, you got Frenchie behind you, so that's a good thing. Just suck in behind him and use him for all he's worth.
Yeah, but will he call me in the morning?
Probably not. Only if you buy him breakfast. So it looks like you got a pretty decent pack you're working with right now. But yeah, so far so good. About 2 minutes left in qualifying right now. These guys do this every Monday night. If you'd like to get in on the action, currently the races are being held in the open hosted rooms. Mr. Ray Black Jr. and Francois Pelletier hosting these up. So we are going to take this moment, qualifying still underway. We ask that everyone please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as our good friend Mr. Terry Adams brings us the national anthem.
Hello?
Green, green, green.
And pack racing in abundance tonight as everybody trying to find their own little slice of real estate to hopefully safely make it through this. Ray Black Jr. with a nose out front. He's got his teammates right behind him lined up. That's, of course, Francois Pelletier, the 19, David Bigger in the 7. Those guys working together in the same TeamSpeak room. And if you'd like to join us in the TeamSpeak room, I'll be putting that in the description so you can join us for next week's action. Leach with a nose out front right now. Speech giving him a good shove. Leach going to lead that one. 1/1000th of a second at the line. At 195 miles an hour, it goes by real quick. How you hanging in out there, Rick?
It looks like I'm running. Oh, we got a spin right behind me. Right behind me to the inside wall goes, I don't know who it was. No yellow. Somebody way down on the apron going into 3. He's coming up on the racetrack, and I just barely got by him on the outside.
Well, that was Alardo that went screaming through the grass. Let's go take a look at what happened right next to you. That was the... looks like Tom Gould in the 29. Having all... Yep, that was. It was Tom Gould in the 29 having all sorts of trouble. Luckily, you're able to make it through that. We got a car coming out of the pits. Looks like Ryan Lutz in the 12. So Lutz electing to pit start tonight. Leitz again with a nose out front. Speck giving him a great shove. Ray Black Jr. still getting that high line to work with his teammate Francois Pelletier. Pelletier hangs him out to drive and drops down low. Now, one thing these guys got to be mindful of is, and we saw it a couple times in hot laps, is watch that oil temperature, because if that thing goes north of 275, you're in deep shit.
I've got 6 gauges in front of me. Which one is the oil temperature?
The one that's flash red in about 2 minutes.
Oh, boy. Meanwhile, I thought I lost the draft, but we were able to catch back up to them. Thank goodness. I don't know if that's good or a bad thing right now, because if they have a big one, I get through. I made it through, Tony.
How that wasn't a caution, I have no idea. Brent Kuhl coming out of the losing end of that whole exchange. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to Kuhl in the 13.
There's a chance I might be in the top 10.
He just got turned. Flat out turned coming out of the dog leg. So we're going to go back live. Kuhl still trying to limp it around. Yellow finally coming out.
Big crash coming off 4. Big crash.
Well, looks like Ed Young involved in that one. Bear with me, folks, because I'm still trying to play catch up with who got whacked.
Yeah, bear with Tony. There's so much action going on right now, and he's the only guy in the booth.
Well, looks like all hell broke loose right at the front of the field. We're going to take a look at, wow.
Action here. Meanwhile, I've got some front end damage, by the way. Now I'm looking down. I actually picked up 9th place before I got to the line. I'm looking down at my fast repairs. I got 2 fast repairs remaining. I'm wondering if I should maybe save those.
Well, if you've got more than one, yeah, you might want to consider conserving them as best you can here. So let's keep an eye. Okay, so the 15 bumps to 19, the 19 bumps to 57. Ray Black Jr. takes it in the back bumper, and all hell breaks loose around him. A lot of damaged cars. Ted Reek, David Bigger, Brent Cool, Jonathan Elardo, Ed Young, Justin Thoot, Ryan Lutz. What the heck happened to Lutz? He just came in there full tilt boogie and didn't even try to slow down, it looked like.
And I'm coming out of the pits. I'm surprised I'm still on the racetrack after that last wreck in 4.
So Lutz just hauled it hard left and just hand grenaded into Ray Black Jr. Just didn't even bother trying to slow down.
Looks like Ryan Lutz is telling his pit crew that he hit oil.
Yeah, no. That's not in the iRacing algorithm right now.
I was going to say, I didn't know they had oil slicks at Daytona.
We don't have that in the iRacing algorithm yet. So it looks like 9 cars escaping that one, and you being one of them, Rick.
Well, I actually had front end damage, so I used one of my 2 fast repairs.
Fair enough.
52 to go.
And one of us is lagging badly, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably me, because I'm looking at the stream right now, and I do apologize, folks. My computer is not happy at all. Let's get that off the screen there. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what is dragging down my system right now, but it's not happy. I think Rick and I might be in the same boat where we've each got a stick getting ready to take a poo.
Yeah, mine's definitely been constipated for a while. I think mine needs an enema.
Okay, that escalated quickly. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
I'm sitting in 9th place, buddy.
I see that. Ninth place in your first iRacing full fendered stock car race. How are you liking it so far, Rick?
I'm having a blast out here. Let me shift down. Pace car's about to duck in. We just came off 4. And I'm just going to try to stay with the leaders and stay out of trouble, get to the end, and then do some racing.
Green flag comes out, and we are back underway. And you guys are already too wide back there. I'm impressed. So the biggest key right now is just keeping the cars clean and making it to the end. And then to let the chips fall where they may, because plate tracks are always a wild card event. As you learned last night at Pocono in the Mazda car.
Yeah, I had no luck there. My car was like a magnet for everybody, man.
Well, for what it's worth, you're running around a pretty good group of guys right now. I've seen Jim Watson in front of you. I've seen him drive before, real clean driver. The 8 of Clay Thompson right next to you, real clean driver. You got Butch Frazier right there with you, and we all know Butch tries to keep the car as clean as he can. So, you know, you couldn't ask for a better group of cars to be around. Tom Gould right behind you. Tom, you know, 99% of the time never uses the fast repair. Doesn't have to. So you're in good hands, my friend.
Got cars going underneath the double yellow line right now on the backstretch.
Well, it's
and I just got steamrolled by about 3 cars on the outside. Looks like that outside line is the one that's working right now.
Well, it's kind of like traffic on the New Jersey Turnpike, where you don't think the lane you're in's moving fast enough. As soon as you switch lanes, the lane you were in starts to really truck.
That's quite true, as A.J. Foyt used to say. Another wreck. And I got through that one too, baby!
Oh, you were entirely too happy about that. What the heck happened in front of you?
If you had the luck that I've been having the last several weeks in the Top Fuel Racing Series, which is a great series, you would be happy too.
I don't doubt that in the least. Let me see if I can figure out what the heck just happened. Cristiano got turned by the 20 is what happened. So the 20 just hit Cristiano in the 58 just the wrong way. Now, Cristiano, we've seen before running for old schools tonight, and just gets used as a pinball. Good grief. And, of course, you just kept your foot into it like a good little soldier and somehow made it through that with minimal damage.
There's really nothing else I could do at that point. I mean, they were right in front of me. No sense hitting the brakes.
Well, they were right behind you, too. So,
yeah, they were all over the place.
Well, if you had hit the brakes, you would have been definitely involved in the other part of that wreck.
Max Newriff says, "Yo, Chad, nice truck debut."
It's not wrong.
These guys are funny.
Oh yeah, no, these
sarcasm detected.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the kind of fun that we like to have here in the e-auto racing series.
I'm not getting my hopes up, but I'm sitting in 5th place, Tony.
I see that.
Wait a minute. I'm in 5th place.
You're in 5th place with very minimal damage on that car. What, that's the 7th the Apocalypse?
You are not wrong.
And I would like to point out you have minimal damage on that number 10 tonight.
Well, I did have to use one of my fast repairs. I got one left.
Yeah, but even with all the crap that was going on in front of you and catching a race car to the teeth, you still somehow managed to escape damage in that last wreck. So
maybe the luck's finally turning around for Rick Bravon tonight.
Absolutely. And don't forget to join Rick tomorrow on his Facebook page when he brings you the Raven Report. a candid take on his experience in tonight's race.
That's right. Every time I race, every time I do an official race, and I'm not talking about those iRacing races where you jump in like a pickup race, but a league race, Top Fuel Racing, and right here, the following morning at around, I'd say 5:45 in the morning, when I'm heading off to work, I do the Rick Ravon report on my race. I talk about the race.
And it's his candid take where he doesn't have to edit himself.
Nah, I've been videotaping since 1984.
A little bit of lag right now on Rick's side.
As long as it's entertaining to the people watching, I'll keep doing it.
Fair enough. So
fortunately for me, my frame rates are still pretty strong, though.
Well, mine are taking a dump. And I do want to apologize to anyone viewing tonight that I love it when Windows automatically forces an update on you, which mine did about 2 hours ago.
Oh, you need to.
Not sure what you just said, Rick, but pretty sure it's probably how I'm feeling.
I said you want to.
Still not coming through. It's on my end. But Nick Leach showing the way. Wes Speech sitting in second. Joe Anderson and Max Newworth. Why are you singing your ABCs?
QRS.
Yeah, you can stop that now. Rick. Rick.
WXYZ.
And I have completely lost control of this broadcast.
Check.
I have completely lost control of this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
And the pace car's about to duck into the pits for more exciting racing at Daytona at night.
And Joe Anderson gives Wes Speech a shot to get him right back up there. As we've got a 7-car breakaway right now. Willie Whitaker asleep at the switch on the green. Leach continuing to show the way. 17 gets a little bit squirrely, collects it back up. A little bit of a pucker moment for the entire outside line. My broadcast partner, Rick Raven, pushing the daylights out of the 3 of Joe Anderson. Gives him a shove going into 3. Nose out front. But Leach has the preferred line going through the 3-4 complex. Still too wide. Drag race to the start-finish line. Give that one to Leach. 28 thousandths of a second at the stripe. Oh!
Well, I guess that was inevitable. Let's see how many times I can get hit before I come to a stop. All right. Oh, good. My engine's dead. I need a tow. You know, I knew it was a bad idea to get on the outside, but I figured that let's make it exciting.
So here they are coming across the start-finish line. They haul off into turn number 1. This is where all hell breaks loose. Just didn't get the bump draft perfect, which unfortunately in this... Oh! That would have been what killed your engine when the 83 just ARCA braked you.
Well, I didn't expect that good fortune to last very long. Now I got 3 minutes to get towed into the pits. I don't know how many laps down I'll end up, but I got one last fast repair to go, and I'll play it more conservative this time.
Well, Rick, for what it's worth, you were doing pretty well in the pack. Just a rough one there, as I don't think anybody has really survived tonight without any damage. So I'm seeing some damage on the 4. There's damage on the 17. Everybody's taken at least one shot tonight. Which is to be expected when you're at a place like Daytona or Talladega, any of your plate tracks, where, you know, it's kind of hard to get away from everybody.
Well, that's absolutely right, and out here, none of these guys are professional race car drivers, and so you know you got to expect the big one. Well, you know, in something like this, you got to expect maybe a little bit more often, because here, and it's you know, the cars might touch each other, even if they don't actually touch each other, they'll touch each other because of the lag. But
well, Rick, I do want to point out that there actually is a Monster Energy Cup driver in the field tonight, and that, of course, is
so we got one pro.
That of course, is our good friend in the 07, our host tonight, Mr. Ray Black Jr., whose Monster Energy Cup start should be at Bristol for the summer night race.
That's awesome. I was unaware of that. So I was racing with a real NASCAR pro.
Absolutely. And you were also racing with his real NASCAR pro tire changer in the form of Mr. Francois Pelletier.
That's another reason to love iRacing, ladies and gentlemen. You can actually race against professionals. This is the simulation that professionals use when they want to go out there and have some fun. And
Absolutely.
they also learn the tracks. A lot of these guys will actually learn the tracks by jumping on iRacing, because it's a great you get to learn the tracks. I think one of the first ones that I remember actually was way back in the late 90s, when Juan Montoya used to talk about his sim racing experience, and that really got the attention of the car owners to say, well, maybe there's something to this sim racing. Maybe it really isn't just a game.
Absolutely. And you know, while we're thinking of it, you got to remember when Lewis Hamilton and Tony Stewart did their seat swap at Watkins Glen. Tony Stewart actually turned laps in the Williams FW31 at Watkins Glen to learn the layout and learn, you know, get an idea of braking points and shift points, and kind of get a feel for the car using the iRacing simulator. And
sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you know, getting back to what you're saying about, you know, real life drivers using this as a training tool, I've actually raced against, you know, Rico Abreu, you know, getting ready for Eldora in the 410 sprints, raced him. I have turned laps against Tony Stewart in both sprint cars, midgets, and some cup cars. Actually, no, it was a truck race. I'm sorry. But, you know, it's not uncommon to run into a real-life professional driver in the iRacing sim in just about any open-hosted race you're going to find.
Well, it's true. As a matter of fact, as far as the IndyCar side goes,
and considering that didn't come out very well on my end, he is talking about Sage Karam, who does have a handful of Indy 500 starts.
Excuse me, I'm on the air right now. Hey, I'm on the air right now.
Okay, so we are back underway. Chad Finley in a 51 with a nose out front as they haul off coming out of turn number 2. Chad getting a good shove right now from Nick Leeds in 4. A little bit of exchange going on as Speech in the 17, the only one to stay out all this time. Everyone else has gone down pit road at least once. Oh, hang on to her, kid. Nope.
Here's another big one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Barely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a commercial and I'm going to try to relog because this is getting insane, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. Here's a word from iRacing while I try to figure this out. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car is in, and we are back underway. Hopefully this time a little bit steadier. Dave Brown showing the way. Willie Whitaker right behind him. He's got Clay Thompson in the tow. And Max Newworth there with him.
Hey, I'm here. I made it. Hey, how's it going, Tony?
Same stuff, different day. I take it your crew couldn't get the car repaired for you.
I ran up from the pits because what I did was I unchecked my my second and final fast repair. So when I got back in the car, it was unchecked and it said it's going to take about 40 minutes to fix the car. So I said, you know what? Forget it then. I'm out of the race. And, whew, I just sprinted to get up to the booth to be with you so we could the rest of this exciting race. And look at what's going on right now. Clay Thompson right now has got the lead in the 8 car with Francois Tier second, the 555. They're all running right together. And do you think we're going to see another big one?
I would almost be willing to put money on it. As Pelletier to the point, gets the run on the high side. He's got Butch Frazier pushing the daylights out of him. And you see Frazier playing a little duck and peek on Frenchie's bumper. He's not looking to pass him. He's just looking to get air to the radiator. As you know, being sucked up on somebody, you've got no flow, and chances are you're going to hand grenade the engine if you stay there too long. And they've got some help in the form of David Bigger coming up on him right now in the 57.
Meanwhile, in the back of the pack, you've got Ray Black Jr., Ethan Troutman, Daniel Chumley. All of these guys are behaving themselves. They're staying single file, but they're running the bottom of the racetrack all the way up to position number 9, Wesley Speck. They're the ones that are running side by side. They're the ones that are really putting themselves in peril right now, but the other guys are taking it easy and waiting for that big one. Going to try to avoid it.
Well, you got that 9-car breakaway, and they're really starting to put some distance on that second group as it's over a second and a half right now.
Very exciting racing.
Very much so. As Pelletier with a nose out front, again getting shoved by Butch Frazier. That outside line's not giving up, though.
The 4-car, Nick, is it Leitz? Nick Leitz?
That's how I'm seeing it. Got the clear, got the shove from Clay Thompson. Thompson trying to side draft. Drag race to the line. And give that one to Thompson. 16 1/1000ths of a second at the stripe.
The question is, Tony, how long can they keep this up? They are side by side all the way around the racetrack, just like a typical race at Daytona at night in the Xfinities. These guys are doing it just like the big boys.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we're probably looking another 10 or so laps before these guys are really going to have to, consider coming down pit road for at least 2 and a splash to make it all 50 laps. Now, I know that the ticker at the top says we're scheduled for 60 laps. That's so we can end this under green. They do have time set aside for overtime. That one's going to lead by 80 thousandths of a second.
Just fascinated by this duel, and the 8 car finally takes the 4 car and is able to dip down in front of him, but now he moves up top to block the 51.
Well, he's playing both halves against the middle, and unfortunately for Leeds,
here comes the 51. He puts it all the way down on the apron, and he's going to be able to muscle his way past the 8 car.
That's a first you say it, then you do it moment, and nothing but pure skill kept Finley from spinning that car out.
And Tony, this time by, the 51 crosses the line. We're at the halfway point. It's an official race now. If it were to rain, they would call it. Whoever's in front would be the winner.
Yeah, but they'd still try to get the track dry. Thompson with a nose out front as they come off of turn number 2. It's a drag race down the super stretch as Thompson's getting a shove from hell from Leeds. And Speak not comfortable pushing the 51, it looks like.
Look at the 51 trying to squeeze between the 8 and the 4. That's not going to work very well.
No, that's how you end up with 9 cars on the hook.
You got that right.
And if I had to venture a guess, I'm going to say that Frazier, Bigger, and Pelletier are just kind of riding right now to see what those 5 guys in front of them are going to do. Giving themselves an out if they need it. Because, and they're coming up on lap traffic, so let's see how this one plays out. Tom Gould stays high, lets the guys go by on the low side.
Yeah, he's only running about 165 miles an hour as he let them all go. It's a good thing that...
well, he just came out of the pits.
He just came out. He's passing the pits right now.
He just had come out of the pits on the previous lap.
Does he have some damage? Because he should be relatively up to speed by the time he comes around again.
No, not on a plate track, my friend.
Well, he's still only up to 170 miles an hour, and here comes the second pack, and they're roaring by him too. So he's obviously got some kind of a problem, Tony.
Well, it normally takes a lap and a half before you can get these restrictor plate cars wound up. So without having any drafting help, yeah, it looks like Gould might have some damage on that number 29, as he's still about 15 miles an hour off the pace.
Yeah, he's 2 laps into his, coming out of the pits, and he's still really, really lagging bad.
Meanwhile, up front, no quarter asked for, no quarter given yet, as Clay Thompson continues to show the way. Chad Finley right on his back bumper as they push down the super stretch here at Daytona. Speech and Leeds trying to still get that outside line to work. 2-car tango going on. Something you're not going to see in the real-life Xfinity race, as they don't allow bump drafting in this sort of way.
Absolutely not. That's a big no-no. Look, here comes a bunch of cars into the pits. Here we go. We got the 55. I'm sorry, the 555. David Bigger's coming in. Butch Frazier. Francois Pelletier is coming in. And Brent Kuhl, Ray Black Jr., Ted Reach. A whole bunch of them are coming into the pits on this particular lap.
Well, they can make it from here since they pit. And the 51 just blew his engine.
Oh, no.
You saw him twiff it as they came out of turn number 2. And that's what I was telling you about. You got to keep an eye on those gauges, because if you stay sucked up to somebody as long as he did, that oil temperature is going to start screaming. And then we've got Leeds and Thompson coming into the pits this time. Both
And
will get it locked down, just barely getting in time.
And Tony, of the group that just pitted on that previous lap, it looks like Joe Anderson is the one who's going to come on top. Who, by the way, is driving the Goodwrench car number 3. I got to say, that's a sentimental favorite for me. I know that we're not supposed to have favorites in the booth, but that Goodwrench car number 3, that iconic car, I got to be pulling for Joe Anderson tonight.
Sentimental favorite is right. You know, Joe, haven't seen him run a lot with these guys, but you know,
he certainly has the right car. I think that car in particular, with Dale Earnhardt at the wheel, has the most wins at Daytona. And we're not talking about the 500. We're talking about the twin 125s and the Busch Clash and everything else.
And don't forget the Firecracker.
Firecracker, absolutely. He's got more wins in that car than anybody else.
Well, if you think about it too,
he just came by the 8 car, incidentally, who was leading the race, and the 8 car made his pit stop, coming back up to speed. We're waiting to see how this all plays out. Who's going to have the lead once this is all said and done?
Well, the one thing I do want to point out, going back to what we were talking about with the late, great Dale Earnhardt Sr., now, mind you, there are 2 people who have 7 championships in NASCAR's Premier Division. However, there's only 1 driver who has 7 Winston Cups.
Well, Richard Petty has 7. Dale Earnhardt has 7.
Hold on. 4 of Richard Petty's championships, Winston was not the series sponsor.
Oh, I see. That wasn't a trick question, Tony. Come on.
That's why I phrased it the way I phrased it.
All right.
There are 2 drivers who have 7 championships in NASCAR's Premier Division, but only one of them can say that they have 7 Winston Cups.
And I got to be honest, I miss those days of the Winston Cup. There was nothing in the world like the Winston Cup. That's back in the days when it was pure racing.
Well, we're going back to a day, too, where you didn't have kids driving the cars.
That's very true.
You know, a driver had to be a journeyman driver for quite a few years before they earned their Winston Cup ride. You didn't just buy your ride, and we are going to be under caution relatively quickly here. Oh, no. Chumley's able to save it, though. He's going to have to burn his fast repair on this lap, I'm afraid. Meanwhile,
Wesley Speck in car 17, the last time by, they're showing him in position number 1, but it looks like Ethan Troutman and Brett Kuhl are also sitting right up there with the leaders. Let's see what happens when they come by the start-finish line this time.
Well, Kuhl in the 13 is a lap down, as is the...
Yes, he is.
Ethan Trout is on the lead lap, but Kuhl is a lap down. So Speak, Troutman, Shepard, and Chumley are the only 4 cars left on the lead lap. No, they're not on the lead. There are more cars, but they are in that lead pack.
Woo! They come by the 5 car, incidentally. And it looks like Wesley Speck is the leader right now in car number 17 as they head into 3.
He is. And you got to think that some of these guys are praying for a caution. As right now, from 4th place Chumley in the 93, and Everett Shepard's bringing it pit side. So from Shepard to David Bigger in the 57, it's a 37-second lead.
Yeah, this is interesting because you've got Wesley Speck, who's leading the race right now, and he's hooked up with the 13 of Colton Ikes, who's 13. Position 12 is Brent Kuhl. 2nd place is Ethan Troutman, who's trying to link up with the leader right now. And then David Brown in car number 5. Well, he's in position 14, and you've got to go way, way back to find the next car in line. So 1st and 2nd place are kind of running away from the field right now.
They are. They are hooked up together right now and flying. As we are 19 laps to go. Now the question is, can they make it on fuel? Conventional wisdom says no.
I was just about to say it's going to be close, and I would have to, if I was a betting man, and I'm really not, because I hate gambling, I would have to say no, they're not going to make it.
Oh, got that one all wrong. Golden X just hand grenaded right into the back of Thomas Gould. And unfortunately, the 13 of Brent Gould had absolutely nowhere to go. He got caught up in that one too. That very easily could have been a caution.
I told you that there was something wrong with Thomas Gould. There was no way in the world that he was going 2 laps out of the pits and he still couldn't catch that draft.
Well, now there's definitely something wrong with Tom Gould's car.
Yeah, now there's definitely Third place, Daniel Chumley, is 15 seconds behind the lead pair of Wesley Specht and Ethan Troutman right now.
And he's got a ton of damage on the right side of that car. I'm thinking he's just trying to hang on, but he's quickly running out of time as David Bigger is reeling him in. He's already gained 10 seconds in the last 2 laps.
Well, let's analyze this. There's the next time they come by the line, and they're coming out of turn 4 right now, there's going to be 17 laps to go. And Specht, it looks like he's heading for the pits. And so the 2 of the leaders, they're both coming into the pits. A little early, isn't it?
No, 17 laps to go. They can make it from here.
They can make it from here, but didn't they pit way too soon for this?
No.
They didn't pit that long ago.
No, that chase pack of Bigger, Black, Newworth, Pelletier, and Anderson, they are reeling those guys in.
Well, Troutman slid through his pits. He had to actually shove it in reverse and back it up as per the rules so he could get the right side's change, and that's what he got.
And we've got a new leader.
And he's down and away.
We've got a new leader. Joe Anderson with a nose out front getting shoved from Nick Leeds. Bigger pushing the daylights out of Newworth.
That's the tightest pack going on the track right now. It's Max Newworth, Nick Leeds, David Bigger, Clay Thompson, Ray Black Jr., Francois Pelletier.
And look who's going to lead us to the line. Joe Anderson driving the good range number 3.
Well, for me personally, that's beautiful to see. I got to be honest with you. It's not about the driver. I have no idea who he is, but it's about that car.
And anybody who grew up, absolutely, anybody who followed, I dare say that the heyday of NASCAR's Premier Series through the better part of the 90s, that's going to be your sentimental favorite anytime it hits the track.
He might have an unfair advantage just driving that paint scheme. The gods might favor him. You know what I mean?
Well, we have yet to see what's going to happen as David Bigger leads that one by 25 thousandths of a second at the stripe.
And he just got steamrolled on the outside.
Oh, Butch Frazier getting it sideways.
And the 4 car of Nick Leeds takes the lead. Here comes the 51 on the outside. Bigger. Now Bigger gets him at the line. This is going to be a real race to the checkered flag.
You're not live, my friend.
Oh, sideways.
You're definitely not live. You're about half a lap back, sir.
And now we're live. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
It's okay. I do it at least once a broadcast myself.
And here we are, lap number 1 of 60 underway. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Anyways, get your hate mail coming, folks.
I'm ready. Bring it on.
That's Rick Ravon.
Rick Ravon.
Atlantic City, California. Atlantic City, California. Atlantic City, New Jersey. P.O. Box OU812.
We're 3,000 miles apart there, Atlantic City and California.
Hey, why not? I was thinking Studio City, California anyways. Ray Black Jr. to the point as they haul off, coming off of turn number 4. Frenchie giving him a hell of a shove. The frenemies and teammates working together right now.
There's 13 laps to go, folks. We've got a real battle. And it's going to be like this right down to the wire.
Absolutely, as we're looking at a 6-car breakaway with Black, Pelletier, Bigger, Anderson, Leaks, and Newworth. As they're coming up on more lap traffic. That's the 86 of Colton Hicks.
And they're going to stay wide, and the leaders are going to fly by on the inside. It's a great job for those guys to stay out of the way.
And Pelletier looks like he might be overheating. Trying to find a hole to get some air to that radiator. Finally drags the brake.
And yet, Pelletier is going to stick it right underneath the bumper of the Skull car.
No, he's trying to just get some clean air there. And I'm actually seeing, there it goes.
And the 3 cars involved. Oh, no.
And how do we stay green with that?
Wait a minute. The 3 car is still going, actually.
A lot of damage, but he's going to limp it around.
Well, he's got damage to the back end of the car, and that may not affect him that much at this racetrack. I've seen guys with damaged rear ends actually keep up with the competition. But like you said, there's no yellow flag.
That's surprising. We're inside 10 to go. And the only 2 to survive that are Pelletier and Bigger.
Well, actually, yeah, Pelletier, right. And he's running 3rd.
There's the yellow.
Black, and we got another one, and there's the yellow. Okay, there's the yellow flag. Ray Black Jr. is also involved in the Skull car as they came through the tri-oval area. And Black Jr. is going to... Did he just have a tow to the pits?
Yep.
That means he's done. For all intents and purposes, his race is over. He's not going to be able to get back out in time.
As these guys are checking up left and right, trying to figure out what's going on here. Oh, wait, no, that was the race. I'm sorry. That was the race. David Bigger, your winner.
Your winner? I thought it was 60 laps.
No, it's 50 laps. They gave us 10 laps for overtime. So Black Jr. just turned his teammate.
I'm still going to do a donut.
So David Bigger being announced as your winner. Ray Black Jr. turning him just past the start-finish line. With friends like that, you definitely don't need a proctologist, Dave.
I was totally not expecting that one. As soon as the light came out and the whole wreck happened, I wasn't sure what was going to happen at the end. I was going to try to space it back to get around Ray, and it looked like I kind of got a chance to do that, but that was an awesome end.
Well, you just got him at the line.
It's always an awesome end when you take the checker flag first, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, I had a feeling Ray was going to attempt to turn me there, and all I was going to try to do was stay in front of him.
Well, we're watching you sitting at the start-finish line. Go ahead and light him up. There he goes.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight. Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank Frenchie, Ray, and Butch. I mean, I don't know what you guys were able to see of the last couple laps there, but we had a whole plan. We executed it, and we were able to get everybody in line and to the front as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, we're going to bring
our
second-place driver in tonight, Ray Black Jr. Hard-fought battle. For second place, teammates coming in 1-2. You kind of got to be proud of that finish.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a good race there. Once the green flags pit stops happened, it kind of spread everybody out a lot, and we had a good spot to be in, but I feel like it was really hard to pass, especially on the outside. So we had a lot of work ahead of us, but I pushed David to the lead, and once he can control the inside line and I had the outside, then we can kind of shuffle the guys out and kind of make it our own little race, which was fun. So it helps to have teammates. So we had a lot of fun on that aspect of it. But yeah, then they all wrecked behind us, so it was just a shootout. So he got me though. It was a lot of fun.
Very much so. Now, Ray, your next Monster Energy Cup start is going to be Bristol.
Actually, I'm doing an Xfinity race there, so I'm not sure when the next Cup race is, but we'll be doing Bristol, the Roval, Vegas, and Texas in the Xfinity car. So that'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, Ray, best of luck to you. David, congratulations on the win tonight. Rick, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I do. I want to say one thing. You guys had a new guy. It was his first time ever in the Xfinity cars, and his name is Rick Ravon. Did you happen to see him out there, and what'd you think?
Actually, I don't remember seeing him, but what car was he in?
I need to look up the number. Hold on.
I don't even know, to be honest with you. What number was I?
The 10.
I don't remember. It was just such a pack of cars.
Oh, yeah, really. It was like a blur, right?
Let's see. The 10 car. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't even know. Did we race each other?
Here's the thing.
Probably.
Here's the way I look at it. If you guys don't remember the number and you don't remember the name or the car, there was no problems with him tonight.
Yeah. I agree.
God
he did a great job. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, I mean, I think everybody enjoyed it and everybody did a really good job. So that's what we're here. That's what we're here for. And yeah,
it was a
mission
typical
accomplished.
exciting race.
Yes, sir.
Well, it was definitely fun to watch. And you guys are still in your recruitment stages for the upcoming season. And anybody that wants to get in on the action is welcome to join. If I'm not mistaken, just open hosted Monday nights, starting at roughly 20 after 8 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, so we're going to start getting some guys in these races that we've been doing and picking the good ones out of it, and then start our series and start running for points and putting some money on the line. So we're just trying to feel people out and see if they can handle it. And yeah, so we're just I think we found some really good guys tonight, so we're going to have a pretty good field for the season.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I there's a chance I might want to join this thing full time. That's how much fun it was out there. And the last race that you guys ran at Iowa was also a blast. I was really enjoying watching and calling that race. So kudos to this series.
I appreciate that, man. We try to make it fun, and it's up and down, so we have our good weeks, that's for sure, just like anybody. But we have a lot of fun with it.
And if you two would like to join the e-auto racing series, you can find them on their Facebook page. Or feel free to, if you have the iRacing Simulator, you can find them in the league section, E-Auto Racing Series.
All right.
So congratulations, David Bigger on the win tonight. Team photos going on. Butch Frazier ducking out of it. Front straightaway here at Daytona. Looking forward to next week, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. Thank you very much.
This has been a presentation of the E-Auto Racing Series. Again, for more information on them, you can find them on their Facebook page. That's going to about do it for us here tonight. For Mr. Rick Raven. Rick, you got anything else you want to add tonight before we head for the close?
Well, I just want to say it was another typical great race by these guys. I mean, obviously there was a lot of great racing. There was some drama. There was some wrecks, but the finish of the race didn't disappoint us. The only thing I was personally disappointed in was that the 50th lap came up so quickly. We both missed it.
Yes.
And that really bothers me because, the white flag was out, and there's so much going on around the track, we actually missed it. And I want to apologize to everybody out there because for those of you that didn't know it was the last lap and everything was on the line, 2 words for you. Our bad.
True story. But we will catch you next time. Frenchie, I see you joining us here. Anything you want to add?
Oh, no. Everything was awesome. We had a strategy. We stuck to it as a team. at that last lap. It would have been nice if we didn't get a little bit of touch and go there, but it was amazing. I mean, these guys did a great job. You know, when you tell people you're broadcasting the event, they start, paying attention a little bit more. It was a little iffy at the beginning, but once we stretched this out a little bit, it was awesome, and I can't wait to do it again.
Well, the only thing I got to say is I do want to apologize to everybody that did tune in. Again, I think I've got a ram stick that's getting ready to take a crap, so I did have to relog about, I think it was the 4th caution that we had.
Now, why does it have to take a crap? Couldn't it take a piss instead?
Well, no, it's kind of grosser if it takes a crap. Like, you can pee in a shower, but if you take a poo in a shower,
right.
if you take a poo in a shower, you got problems. But
Oh my God!
there's a mental picture. Anyways,
TMI.
that's gonna do it for us tonight. Be sure to join us tomorrow night as we come back with Sam Cooper Bennett and Mr. Scotty Brinson with the Somo. Or no, tomorrow night is Tuesday. We are off tomorrow night, so enjoy the night off, and we will be back Wednesday night at I believe Kansas for the Top Fuel Racing Series IR18 series.
That's right. We're going to be racing in Kansas. I'm going to be in that race. And IndyCar driver, Sage Karam. Well, right now, Indianapolis 500 race car driver, Sage Karam, because he doesn't have a full-time ride yet, but he will. And he's going to be there as well. So
Your current points leader.
He most certainly is. It's going to be a great race tomorrow. Wednesday night.
So that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll see you next time, folks.
Can I talk?